Whew, learning as I go, so bear with me. Okay, I think I'm going to move that. I think that's better. Okay. Good morning. Welcome to the Pop Culture Club. If anyone was watching a little bit earlier, I don't think there was sound, so now there is. Okay. Happy Wednesday. How's everyone doing? Anyone watch Real Housewives? That's why I'm a little late too, is I just finished watching it and woke up early to finish it because I was an adult yesterday, went to bed early. Um, yeah, so I'm refreshed. I'm ready to go, ready to talk some pop culture and all the stuff that went down yesterday. I'm gonna adjust that, maybe. Okay. All right. Whew. Okay. So yeah, still waking up, still getting over the end of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Ended with Sutton's fashion show. Um, with We saw all the headlines a while back when Sutton did the fashion show and Kathy Hilton walked on stage. So I just saw that. Still, it's still on my mind. So just I'm gonna take a sip of water. I also want to remind you guys that you can subscribe and so let you know when I go live. And if you're not watching live, you can watch them at any time. They're uploaded afterward. Go ahead and give a watch later. It doesn't have to be in the morning. Um, all right. So we are going to start off with more Oscars stuff because either I forgot to talk about it or stuff just keeps coming in. So I feel like we'll just kind of finish out the week. We'll do an Oscar story every week till the end of the week so we can just try to get all of that Oscar knowledge in. Then we'll talk some stories and then we have the Beverly Hills recap. So let's get started. Oscar tidbits. Hot goss. I completely forgot to tell you guys yesterday that Des Moines was reporting that Chelsea Handler and Ralph Fiennes were seen leaving the Vanity Fair party together, and they were seen canoodling all night. And so, yeah, everyone's thinking that something's going on with that. Ralph Fiennes was nominated for Best Actor for Conclave. He did not win. There was some rumors going around. I didn't confirm this, but I saw an article saying that two people thought that voted for the Academy Awards thought that Ralph Fiennes had already won for Schindler's List. So that's why they didn't vote for him for Conclave. But he has not won an Oscar. He is a 2 or 3-time nominee, but he has not won. And that's surprising because I thought he would have won for his role in Made in Manhattan. That's my favorite Ralph Fiennes movie. He plays the politician, if you guys didn't know. The one with Jennifer Lopez. Yeah, that one. Um, yeah. So he was also in Schindler's List, Conclave, the Harry Potter movies. So he was in other things. Has not been nominated or has not won that Oscar, but has been nominated. But back to the whole Chelsea Handler, Ralph Fiennes thing. I see it, yeah, go have fun, kids. She was in a relationship with a Kojoi for a while. He was the one that hosted the Golden Globes and Crashed and Burned. And yeah, everyone thought that they were gonna last. But I don't really think that Chelsea's Handler style. I think she, isn't looking for long term. She just wants to have fun, and maybe Ralph's fun. So, yeah, and then the other stuff that's been swirling is the whole Adrian Brody speech and how he went over the limit. He was I think 5 minutes and 40 seconds and broke the record for Oscar speech. And didn't really say much. I think I reported on Monday his speech was fine. It wasn't very memorable, and honestly, I was, kind of half watching. I didn't even realize it went on for that long, but, Just have, like, some decorum, Adrian Brody. That's not the rules. I think it was the guy for Joy when that team, uh best animation. If it wasn't them, it was someone. They went up and one of the partners got to make a speech, and then the other partner didn't get to say anything, and it cut out, and he didn't get extra time. And I honestly think that there should be some they can't be so strict like that and then give Adrian Brody 5 minutes. It would have been better if Adrian Brody gave that extra time that he took to the people that didn't get it, like the whole Beyoncé, Taylor Swift thing. Bring them up and be like, "Hey, uh, you didn't get to say what you wanted. I saw that you were cut out. Here, take some." They're gonna let me have 5 minutes. They're gonna let me do whatever I want. So take some of my time. But he just chose to just ramble on. Um, and yeah, so not not cool, Adrian Brody. Not cool. Um, so that was my Oscars wrap up. I might have some more, like I said, I'll have some more Oscar news for the rest of the week. So, well, stories will keep popping up. I guarantee it. Um, okay, so we will start with some television news. Disney Plus has scrapped the Tiana series that they were gonna do on Disney Plus. They announced it in 2020, and it was gonna be, yeah, just like a series following Tiana and Princess and the Frog, with, the original Tiana, um, reprising her role. And they are blaming reduction costs. They're saying or production costs, and, they are saying that they're kinda moving away from long form content and that they are seeing more kids leaning towards like the short form, the Blueies. There's like a little Baymax show. There's like a little mini Zootopia. I guess kids don't have the attention span to watch a Tiana show, but maybe if we put it out there, they'll have the attention span and they'll want to watch it. Um, Yeah, that's just kinda disappointing. I would have liked to see that. It seems and you know what? It's kind of funny, they literally waited until right after Black History Month to announce that. That's a little sus, I think, Disney. So but they are, I did read that Disney's gonna be doing, their plan is to put out 1 movie a year. So this year is Zootopia. I'm excited for that. I really liked, the first Zootopia. So the second one, hopefully it's good. Hopefully Shakira does another song for it. That would be amazing as Gazelle. Um, and then the next year is gonna be Frozen 3. And as I have 2 daughters who love Frozen. So I'm really excited for that. They're gonna be at the perfect age to go see that movie and dress up. So I think that'll be fun. Um but yeah, but it's kinda for the kids, they'll do short form, but for Marvel, they'll do any friggin' Marvel movie or any Marvel show they'll put on there. I'm not mad at it, I like Marvel. I just started Daredevil last night. Um, I watched, like, the opening scene. I don't wanna give spoilers, but I might just do, like, a small Daredevil recap tomorrow of the first 2 episodes that came out, or just not even a recap, but just my opinion, because I wasn't gonna watch. But my husband was watching, and then I got sucked in, and so I think I'll watch it. But yeah, Disney can do all of these, like, Marvel long form shows, but they can't do it for the kid for Tiana. Justin Baldoni, has paused or his lawsuit against the New York Times is paused, and honestly, Blake Lively has nothing, and I just think that at this point, nothing's gonna come from it. They both kind of, like, just destroyed each other's careers and are just kind of I think I don't know what they're gonna do, but it just doesn't seem like these lawsuits are gonna go anywhere because no one really has any smoking gun, no like, what are we even suing for? Like, what everyone's so confused. They've just thrown all this information at us, and I feel like a lot of people are either team Justin, team Blake, And I just don't really think that there's a side. I think their egos both got to them and thought that they had a slam dunk, and then when they didn't, they just dug their heels in. That's just my opinion. This is very exciting news. I just woke up this morning, opened my eyes, opened Instagram, and saw that Gabby Windey is announcing that that she got married. So I love Gabby Windey. She was the Bachelorette, and she is now on the Traitors. And I want her to win. I want her and Dylan to win. I don't think that's gonna happen, but I really want her and Dylan to win. She's so funny. But yeah, she got married to her girlfriend Robbie Hoffman. Um, and they got married in January after the fires. January 11th in Vegas. Um, yeah, I guess they had to evacuate, so they went to Vegas and got married. And Gabby did an article, and in the article she says, "If the world is ending, we want to be with each other." So I think that's like a little bit reminiscent of that Lady Gaga Bruno Mars song, and I wonder if they danced to that at their wedding, because I think that would be like a perfect wedding song, especially for their situation. So I need to know, like, was that song played at all that weekend? Was it played all weekend? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what's going on in my head. If anyone watches Big Brother, Jackson Mickey, he was the winner. I don't know what season it was. I'm sorry, I didn't write that down. Um, I did not like him from the start. He was so annoying. I stopped watching halfway through his season, and I can't even I like it's news to me now that he even won. So that's kind of crazy. But he did a Zoom interview with Julie Chen, and it's not funny, but he said that he lost all his money. He won $500,000 on Big Brother, and he says he is negative, negative in his account. No job, no car, no prospects. And Julie Chen's face when he, like, they're, like, doing their interview, catching up. I don't know if Julie Chen knew that this is what the interview she was, like, getting into was, but he's like, "Yeah, I lost all my money," and Julie Chen's face is like, she cannot hide her expression, which, is not normal for Julie Chen. She's been in the business. She's a pro. So to catch her off guard, I thought was, like, pretty funny. You can go look that clip up. I'm eventually gonna start at Instagram so I can go back and reference, so you guys can go there and see the pictures or videos that I'm referencing too. But, all in due time. I just yeah. So, okay. Next story. A lot of, like, reality TV people in the news today. I saw an article that said wait, I have to read the title out loud. I have a picture of it because it was about Taylor Swift, obviously. So, the article is Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce started dating long before they first appeared together, says his neighbor. And the I don't know if I can do this or if you can see this, but the People magazine is a shot of Wes and Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. And I was like, is that a mistake? Like, sometimes there's glitches and a random picture will show up. I was like, if it was Wes, they would have put Wes from the Challenge or the Traders new, but it's just he's labeled as his neighbor. And then you go click on the article and it says that Wes was on a podcast, and on the podcast, the Social Game podcast, he says that he lives next to Travis Kelce, or he did. And when Taylor Swift was first started hanging out with him, he saw and was telling his friends, like, dude, Travis Kelce's dating Taylor Swift. And no one believed him. And then he even said that he tried to tell paparazzi and no one would believe him. And yeah, so I just thought it was so funny that, like, Wes from the Traders, which is gonna have their finale this week, and longtime challenge competitor is just his neighbor. That yeah. And then the article doesn't even really, like, yeah, it's just it's weird, but I thought that was a funny article. I thought Wes should have further on the Traitors. I liked him, but I could see how he kind of might have rubbed the girls the wrong way, and they're like, "Just go." Um, Traitors is on tomorrow. I will be doing a recap on Friday. I'm so excited. They're going to be doing the Traitors finale and then the reunion hosted by Andy Cohen right after. So I'm super excited to see what goes down. Um, Apparently, Danielle, who spoiler alert, if you're not caught up on the Traitors, I'm going to be just talking some Traitors. So if you're not caught up, you can either fast forward or pause. Um, Danielle, who is up for banishment right now. She swore on her grandkids that she wasn't a traitor. So that's the little behind the scenes controversy that's going on. And I heard that that's going to be addressed at the reunion. So I'm very excited about that because it's like, number one rule on Bravo and Peacock is an extension of Bravo is we do not talk about the kids. We don't bring up the kids. So yeah, so excited for that. If you want to see a Traders recap, tune in Friday because I will be going over that. And honestly, it probably will be a very Traders heavy episode. Um, let's see. Next one is Aubrey O'Day from Danity Kane. She was revealed as the Masked Singer. And she had some words. Nick Cannon interviewed her, and she said that um my old boss is in jail, and first she said, "I've had a year," and she said, "My old boss is in jail," and we all know who she's referring to, and she says he calls himself Love, but he's in jail and Love is out here, and, that sent a statement that, she's not afraid of Diddy. He's in jail, she's out here. He can't do anything to her. Hopefully, he can't, he's pretty powerful. I know he has people on the outside, I guess Diddy's representatives, like, said something along the lines of, like, "Don't bite the hand that feeds you," and it's like, "Really? We're making threats? You have no room to make threats, Diddy." Like, ugh. That's like, another, like sorry, I'm gonna go on a little tangent. Adrian Brody is, married or dating, Harvey Weinstein's ex-wife. And Harvey Weinstein's kids Harvey Weinstein that's in jail. Harvey Weinstein's kids call Adrian Brody, like, "Papa," and he, like, thanked them in his speech. That was one of the things that came out in his speech. And so that's just kinda crazy that, like, that Harvey Weinstein, Adrian Brody. Yeah, and so I guess Harvey Weinstein made a statement from jail about it. I didn't even look it up because I don't care what Harvey Weinstein has to say. I'm not gonna be, a mouthpiece for Harvey Weinstein. Okay, so enough about those guys. Another, little thing, Gabrielle Union and Jay Ellis were on Watch What Happens Live. Jay Ellis is from, Insecure. And, so they were on Watch What Happens Live, and, Andy had mentioned that they had a meet cute a long time ago, and Gabrielle, like, didn't remember it, and Jay was telling her that it was at the American Pie premiere, which is probably, like, 1999, and she was like, "Oh, I didn't know that you went back that far. I didn't know you were that old." But I guess so he tells Gabrielle Union that she was, so I get really loud as I get more excited. So I'm having me screaming by the end of the episode. Sorry. Um, so he's at the American Pie premiere with his friends. He's from Oklahoma. He sees Gabrielle Union, introduces himself, and she goes to him and his friends like, "Oh, are you in a boy band?" And he's like, "No, we're just out here. I'm from Oklahoma." And then she had said like she's from Nebraska. And it was just like a cute meet cute, and just kind of fun that, it's come full circle and now they're back. They're on Watch What Happens Live together. Um, yeah, it was a cute little discussion on there. And I really like Jay Ellis from Insecure and Gabrielle Union, I like her a lot. Um, and American Pie, I love a good American Pie reference. That's one of my favorite movies, and one of the ones where I think American Pie 2 is better than American Pie. And you will probably like every time American Pie gets brought up, I'm gonna talk about that. Bravo news, are we ready? Okay, so I'm gonna try to break it up because I know not everyone's into Bravo, but people want the entertainment news. So I'm gonna try to break it up so that if you wanna if you wanna turn it off and you don't want the Bravo stuff, by all means, But if you want it, it's here. Um, okay, so Kristen Doty and MJ from Shaws of Sunset talk about Andy loving poorly behaved men. That was the title of the article. They were on Kristen's podcast. It was a line that was pulled out of their conversation. Um, but it is consistent on Bravo that the men get like a pass and the women are vilified a lot of the times. So it is something that is coming to the forefront more. And yeah, these poorly behaved men on Bravo. Speaking of, Jax Taylor announced that he has been addicted to cocaine for 20 years and he is 83 days sober. He was on the Hot Mic podcast and yeah, he said that as of today, he's 83 days sober. He's trying to get help for his cocaine addiction. And yeah, good for you, Jax, for finally getting help. Um, and hopefully you are serious or he's serious about I don't need to talk to Jax directly. He's not watching this. But hopefully he is getting the help that he needs because he does have a son and Brittany does deserve, if not to have like a good husband, to at least have like a good co-parent that she could go through life with for a cruise. Brittany came out with her side and she is saying that she supports Jax also. But it has been pretty traumatic to be living with an addict. And, Jax has consistently called Brittany out on her drinking and her being a bad mom. And she's had to live with all of that and keep it secret. And I'm interested to see The Valley this season. It should be coming out soon because they're probably going to be some fallout that is involved with this. So we'll see what comes out. Um, yeah, so we kind of all knew that this was the situation. The Vanderpump people have not been very like good at hiding their use, they like to have a good time. Um, so like back on a few seasons, that there's a quote that's like, it's not about the pasta. James Kennedy is yelling at Lala, and so that's rumored that that was about, like, that pasta is like cocaine, and that that Lala didn't eat all of Raquel's pasta, but she took all of her cocaine, and there was none left for James and Raquel, and so, when they were fighting, James like, "It's not about the pasta," and people think that pasta was their code word for cocaine, because those girls were so skinny, we knew that they did not eat pasta. Um, okay. So yeah, so we'll see what happens on the Valley, but I really hope that Jax follows through, if only for Brittany's sake, because I do like Brittany. But yeah. Monica Garcia, ex Real Housewife of Salt Lake City. She is pregnant with her 5th baby. Trigger warning. 1 year after her loss, she is pregnant with baby number 5. So that is exciting for Monica. I don't think it's enough to get her back on the show, but good for you. Go live your life. Another random headline, Molly from Southern Charm. She's new this season. She was on America's Next Top Model, and she was the one that had, like, the weave put in so tight to her head, it, like, hurt, and then she had it to get it, like, removed. Um, she was the white girl that got the weave in her head, and then it, like yeah, and she's on Southern Charm now. So, she is talking about how she did, ketamine therapy, and that is a popular trend I'm noticing. Mormon wives, Real Lives Mormon Wives, they talked about doing ketamine. Real Housewives of Miami, they did an episode where they're doing ketamine therapy. Um, I always thought ketamine was like for horses, but everyone's just doing it for therapy now. So that's interesting. I think it's gonna be a trend. Um, which is kinda crazy because I think that's what Chandler Perry Matthew Perry, passed away. It was he was doing the ketamine therapy, so I'm surprised that it's becoming more popular. I would think people would be like, "Let's pull back from that," but yeah. The reunion seating chart for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills was announced, and, it looks like Kyle and Dorit have the seats next to Andy, which are the coveted seats, and, Bose is next to Dorit, Sutton is next to Kyle, and who's next to and then on the other side next to Sutton is, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting these housewives' names. Don't worry, I got it. Oh, Erica. Yeah, Erica and Jane's been kinda boring this season, so that's why I forgot her, because I knew Bose was not sitting next to Garcelle. Bose or Garcelle would have to sit next to Sutton. Um, so, yeah, so it goes Kyle, Sutton, Garcelle, and then Jennifer Tilly on the end, she's a friend of. And then Dorit, Bose, Erica, and Kathy Hilton, 'cause Kathy Hilton is also a friend. Um, so yeah, we kinda knew Kyle and Dorit were gonna get the first C. There's nothing surprising. Sometimes when these reunion charts come out, it's like we're looking to see like, oh, what's the reunion, what's going on. It tells a lot about the reunion. It tells a lot about the season and how Bravo thought the season went, how the seating chart goes. So, the big drama with the season of Beverly Hills is Kyle and Dorit. They're both getting divorced, or they're both separated. They're both dragging their feet on the divorce. But yeah, so and then they also had a tiff with each other. And, it kind of looks like they both got their teams with them sitting on their side, which is kind of how it goes too. Um, but yeah, we'll see what comes of that reunion. It looks like it was just filmed. So that means the season of Beverly Hills is coming to an end. We're probably going to be getting in a few weeks the finale. Um, and it's been an interesting season. We can go into the recap now. Um, it was just like it was kind of a filler episode, a lot of information, not a lot of drama. I like the episodes when they end on like drama and it's like, okay, I need to come back to this. But they're going to the Dominican Republic next week. So I think it's a lot of like lead up and maybe there'll be some drama on that trip. But we do see the redesign of Erica's house. She's been designing it for this whole season. It looks good. Looks good. She had a golden palm wallpaper that I really, really liked. I thought that was really cool. And then Kyle and Kathy are at their cancer screening, and Kathy Hilton, and Kyle's mom had breast cancer, and she did not go get her screening for like years and years. And Kyle really thinks that if she had gotten her screening, that she could have, you know, gotten help and gone through chemo, she could have fought it. So like I said on Monday, it is really important to go get checked. I will put the link to that to your attention, please. That website that Haley Steinfeld had a commercial for, because I think nowadays, even earlier and earlier, we need to be getting checked. So yeah. So they're there and Kyle is like all nervous because she says that that Mauricio is probably like so anxious because back up a little bit for those of you who are watching the recap and want the hot gossip. I'll do a little bit of backstory. Kyle and Mauricio are getting divorced. Kyle is seen with Morgan Wade, a female country singer, and that was like a whole plot line a while back. Now Mauricio is in this last episode. It's shown that he was flying into Greece and with a much younger woman who greeted him and like uh was kissing, and he was shot by paparazzi. You know, Real Housewives get shot by paparazzi all the time, but in Mykonos, I don't know. They're all saying like he's not Brad Pitt. Even Kathy was like, did the whole she didn't do the Shania Twain, but it was very Shania Twain coded where she goes, he's not Brad Pitt. They're not taking pictures of Mauricio Umansky in Mallorca at the airport. So you know, Kyle's in denial and she goes, no, it was the woman. It was the woman who leaked those photos, who had the paparazzi come. And it's like, Kyle, you are in denial. You pushed your relationship with Morgan Wade in Mauricio's face for a whole season. And you don't think he's going to try to come back and get back at you? Like, delusional, Kyle, delusional. Your life is perfect. We all know Mauricio would never do anything bad. He's riddled with anger or with anxiety over this because he's a sensitive Cancer. He's a Cancer. Um yeah. And then Kathy always goes, there's ways of finding out if he was the one who did it. There's ways of finding out. Ringy dingy, ringy dingy. Kathy's problematic. She does have some good one-liners. I could take her or leave her. A lot of people really like Kathy Hilton. I'm whatever, but I just think it's funny. She is married to Rick Hilton. She is Kathy Hilton, Paris Hilton's mother. She does have a lot of pull, so she could find out who leaked those pictures or who gave the paparazzi a heads up that they were going to be there. And Kyle's like, no, I don't want to know. 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 She wants to know. She just doesn't want to know on camera because she doesn't want to know if uh-oh. I think one of the kids is awake, so I'm just gonna keep going as fast as I can until she comes through. Um, okay, so Kathy can find out if, Maurizio wants to or if Mauricio leaked those or who did, but Kyle says no. I think Kyle wants to know. She just doesn't want it to be on camera. She knows it's Mauricio. She just doesn't want people to know that it was Mauricio because she's trying to save face. She wants everyone to think her family's perfect. Um, Sutton does her sustainable fashion show. They meet at her store. She doesn't know if she's gonna invite Dorit or not. She ends up doing it. And yeah, it's filmed at Sutton's store. She's having a fashion show, but I think as of now, Sutton's store is closed, her West Hollywood store I've seen. So I wonder if something happened in between them. One of my favorite lines that I want someone to ask me every day is Garcelle says to her mom who's visiting, "Would you like to go drink champagne in the cabana?" Yes, that's always a yes. Oh, hi, MJ. Okay, number one's awake, so I gotta go, but I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll finish off the recap tomorrow. Bye. Hi.